The game Crown Academy recently came out yesterday evening in paid beta, with 200 Robux being to access the game. Created by the Crown Academy development team Taymaster, PixelatedCandy, Rudy the Hoodie, and more, this game would have normally been, well, just your average fantasy roleplay game, right? Unfortunately, no. The game's controversies take it back to almost 2 months ago when a lawsuit happened between PixelatedCandy and the Royale High development team for being accused of stealing assets. In fact, things have gotten so heated about the game simply existing that petitions have appeared even asking the game to shut down, with over 1K signatures. Many have placed bad faith in the game for stealing assets previously and more. But despite all of this, I wasted my YouTube ad money to go into the game and take a fair and honest review of all the drama. Please subscribe, guys. Come on, I have children to feed. I paid 200 Robux for beta access, and so you don't have to make sure that the game doesn't copy. And yes, I'm on nobody's side. Legal arguments will not be mentioned here as I cannot legally give legal advice, but I'll do my best to cover almost everything regarding Crown Academy. The game hasn't even been out for a full day yet, and there's already controversy. So let's jump into it. In today's video, we'll be reviewing the full Crown Academy case, and after playing the game myself, is it a carbon copy of Royale High? Or is it different, and does it take the crown instead? My name is TanookiAlex, and this is our Roblox drama series, where we take Roblox drama into a non-biased perspective. Let's get started. Yo, what's up, #Nerd Squad, and please take the time to appreciate these thick curves. Nah, I'm just kidding. Welcome back to another video. Before we get started in this video, make sure to subscribe for this Roblox drama, news, tips, and tricks, and more. Don't forget to turn on the bell so that way you never miss out on one of my videos, which are uploaded weekly to twice a week. So let's get started with the organization of this video. We are going to organize it in such a way that avoids bias, as we do not want our story to be one-sided, because therefore we cannot get the full picture of the entire story. In today's video, we will be going through number 1, the situation summarized, number 2, what the game copies, and number 3, the community opinion, and my opinion on the matter after going through all the subject matter. Let's get started with the situation summarized. But before we do, I have a question for you guys down in the comments below. Before we investigate it, what are your thoughts? Do you think it copies, or do you think it doesn't? What are some original features of the game that you like? I'd like to hear your thoughts. So let's get started now. If you don't remember what happened last time in our PixelatedCandy video, let's summarize what happened so far. June 25th, 2020, David, a Royale High scripter, filed a case in court against PixelatedCandy and her development partner, also known as Rudy the Hoodie, or mentioned as Eli in the post. In a tweet longer, David explains that Pixel and her team stole the game's code and assets, and as such he made the case public to the internet to show that this is in fact a real court case. In the tweet longer, he Pixelated associate Eli worked for the game, left his position, and proceeded to violate a non-disclosure agreement, which is against the law that he signed. And if you don't know what a non-disclosure agreement means, it means that you cannot say anything in the public legally. In a counter-argument to Pixel's side shared with the news account Roblox_RGC, as well as to the general public, David claims that although Pixel alleges that he faked the evidence against him, they claim Tyler was angry and therefore made the evidence false. He attempts to refute this claim by saying Tyler left voluntarily. In quotes, he says, additionally, how could have Tyler forged the evidence and known exactly what my code looked like if he never worked for Royale High or had access to the code? In the post, he links the lawsuit filed in Florida court, and it links between Canada and Florida. The post states that he wished to sue for damages as well as stealing the code, violating the non-disclosure agreement. A day later, Pixel shares her side of the story to a news account on Roblox RTC. They try and slander her along with Bism, which she claims, and this leads us to now. Now, the game Crown Academy has released despite all the controversy. The developers have been working on it for 3+ years apparently, which is a very long time. Previous development hearings of the game are sneak peeks, started earlier this year when we were able to see on Clone Trooper's Twitter. When Clone Trooper released the shop, he ended up getting very negative comments, most complaining about how the UI looks too similar, and such comments garnered by the attention of the videos made on it, which most videos even stated it was wrong to take legal sides in an argument, therefore going against the advice of the videos. Clone Trooper, who is one of the developers, has posted tips to his YouTube channel, which all have received very mixed reactions with a 50-50 dislike to like ratio. The developers took the feedback and revamped some features which look similar, but not enough. Such was formed Star Status Group to have the game's development. Clone, Rudy, and more worked on the development of the game. Clone tweeted, "Nothing can prepare you for the anxiety of opening up a game to the public a day before." And boy, was he right. The next day, Clone tweeted, "Some folks fail to understand that one game should not hold the monopoly on dressing up with feminine apparel when it's ultimately all derived or shaped or formed from real fashion designers. No Roblox game invented skirts, heels, makeup, etc. Be gentle to one another, please. This was most likely in a reference to Crown Academy, as the hate towards it, quote-unquote, copying Royale High was meant to the game obviously stands as a competitor. The comments section was filled with images like this one, which says, "Stop stealing." From Clone's perspective, the leaks were taken out of his control and investigated, where some people found out to their dismantle that shoes and shirts were apparently copied. This was addressed by Pixel today, in which she said she will remove the assets, but is still highly suspicious. Clone replied and gave in to most of the tweets in an attempt to refute the evidence, such as it's similar, but not the same as argued in the original post. The skirt drama started around a month earlier when people realized that the shapes, skirts, and sizes were inspired by Royale High. The models some say are original, but the Royale High design was snatched, apparently. This is a neutral argument, so you can argue what you like. Moving forward to Pixel's side after the controversy she's been in, she's decided to refute this, saying these are designs taken from Pinterest, which she is right for creative freedoms in terms of the high socks. Pixel then tweeted, "Someone being bullied by their friends for playing Crown Academy shows how horrible people are and how mob mentality is what people do to force others to do what they want. You're disgusting, honestly, and you calling me out on whatever you want, but it doesn't make me wrong about you." She tries to explain that from her side of the story in the tweet, friends shouldn't be attacked simply for associating with her. Royale High has been generally silent on all this because after all it is a legal case and therefore anything you say therefore can be used against you in court. Royale High's community, however, hasn't taken this back lightly. So back to Clone Trooper's side. Can't even stay on the Crown Academy Discord server because of how horrible these toxic kids are, quote unquote. I should really say something that Royale High's own Discord server got shut down because of threats against Barbie. "You know who you are and you're disgusting cowards," he tweeted. In this tweet, he tries to explain that the toxic culture behind roleplay fantasy games applies to both as a way to say this isn't acceptable. The last night, it wasn't filled with raiders, but it was mostly just people asking questions like, "Do you copy Royale High, etc., but spamming them. As of the culture, I guess he decided to turn comments off due to the Royale High fans asking too many questions in the comments. After that tweet, he states, "I really hope this game would speak for itself, that these toxic brats would have a genuine moment of appreciation for the effort and time that went into making this game as pretty and as polished as it is. Sadly, it seems I was mistaken, although I'm not too shocked." However, we can argue that not an entire fandom speaks for itself. Most of the fandom has just minded their own business and some have participated. Judging a whole fandom isn't right for certain members' actions. If I were him to avoid any further trouble, I would have stated some fans as to not garner more critique. And now, today is the first day of it being open. So today a petition was started to get Crown Academy taken down from Roblox. In my opinion, I believe that's personally stupid. After YouTubers played the game, there is mixed reception overall as of loyalty and more. A lot argue that this petition simply doesn't do anything, and as such have moved on. To summarize what has happened, Clone Trooper developer leading up to the release, along with Starlight's group, has gained too much hate and distaste for being too inspired in skirt ideas for Royale High. The game's leaks so far have received very mixed reception from some Royale High fans and some Roblox players. The game has received positive reception for its good use of GUI, very detailed builds, and more. However, a lot of people are quick to jump on it because they don't know if the game copied any builds or not. PixelatedCandy has apologized for being too inspired with the skirts and plans to work on some more original ones. Posts have been limited due to the hate, which leads us to now. After playing the game myself, it's actually shocked to say that it's actually quite a well-made game despite the controversy of the faces. This game could have had so much potential if the previous controversy with the game didn't happen. Whilst playing the game, I've noticed that there are skirts that are quite inspired and that's it. This game, however, did come under fire for the controversy of using free-made faces without the permission, which as much as I love artists, is a very neutral stance I'm in. Overall game rating is a good 7 out of 10. Although it's not a game I would want to play myself, I find the build rating spectacular overall. The builds look original, the GUI looks polished, but I can't make a fair decision on what is stolen and what is not, as that's up for the legal cases side. However, I would advise that 200 Robux for this game is too expensive and it's honestly not worth it for that price. Although it is $2, I would lower the price to 100 Robux as that seems more reasonable to me for some reason. So if you wish to play this game, you may go ahead. To summarize the situation, the developers had not had the best reaction to it in my opinion. The game you can play if you please. Thank you so much for watching my video, I really appreciate it. Hopefully you'll stick around for another video. Please subscribe as this video took me quite a while. I'll see you in the next video.